All right, here we are at episode 2 of Riding in Cars with Contractors. I'm Ben Northcutt with All Care Comfort Solutions. Here with me today is Roger Williamson, owner of Williamson Foundation Repair. So Roger.
Yes, sir.
Foundation Repair.
Foundation
Let's get started.
I actually went to work one summer between college semesters for a foundation repair company because I wanted to do something a little more physical and make a little more money than I was in retail. I worked for another company one summer, so the next summer I did. I started it as a part-time gig while I was in college, learned a lot as I went, and by the grace of God alone, here I am 37 years later, still doing foundation repair.
And what year did you get started?
1985.
So Roger, what are some common indicators that a foundation repair is going to be necessary for someone?
Yeah, well, cracks in the sheetrock, cracks in the brick. Now, let's be honest. We live in North Texas. Soils move. There's no way to stop them from moving. Every house moves. Every house has cracks. My house has cracks. They come up every now and then. But the kind of rule of thumb that we try to teach people and that we use is if it looks like it, whether it's inside or outside, if it's a crack about the size of what would happen if I drew a line on the wall with a pencil, if it's about that size, probably nothing to worry about. It's just normal. If you can start slipping a coin into it, you need to have it looked at. If you can actually put your hand in it, then you probably waited too long. It needs some work. Those are some of the more obvious ones. Some of the other indicators are if your doors aren't working properly, like they're hitting at the top or the bottom and not closing. You have to push them really hard to close them. Or they close, but they don't latch.
Right,
The
latch doesn't line up.
Right. Those are usually, they're not always foundation related, but they're good indicators that you at least should probably have it looked at. And so those are the primary things that people are going to look for and primary things that they're going to see.
How do you and your people prepare the homeowner for what's about to happen at their house?
Well, we actually have a video that goes out to everybody before we do their work that kind of explains to them the process. We also try to explain the process over the phone to them. Now, if their job is particularly complex or if they're having any kind of interior work done, we will actually have a meeting with them ahead of time with our crew chief, the homeowner, and we will talk about the logistics of what's going to happen. But for the most part, 90% of the jobs we do, the homeowner doesn't have to do anything. Most of the jobs that we do are, all the work is done on the outside of the house, and they don't have to do anything to prep for it 90% of the time. There are those occasions that we'll ask them to take down some teetery, things that might fall off the walls with a bit of vibration, or move some furniture or things like that if we're doing some interior repairs. But 90% of the time, absolutely nothing has to be done. Now, they do have to be prepared if they're home. There's a lot of noises that occur when foundation work is being done. The house will creak and groan and pop and voice its objections to what we're doing to it. And it's all normal for us, but it's not normal for somebody who hasn't gone through it before. So it can be a little disarming. So we try to ensure that people are kind of prepared for that. I know you got to be swamped in the summertime.
Absolutely.
With this heat. But what's the seasonality look like in your business? Are you, obviously people have problems with their heaters in the wintertime. What does that look like for you?
So, obviously we are in Texas, and the old saying is, if you don't like the weather, wait a few minutes of change. Except for right now.
Yeah, except for the summer.
Except for the
Other than that,
summertime. Yeah, we're making this video mid-July.
What is it about 101, 102 yesterday with a heat index of like 108?
Yes. Last week on a job, we had a heat index of 115. Now, oftentimes in attics, it'll get, over 140, 150 degrees. So it's really hard to work in that kind of environment. We take precautions. But as far as the AC business being running in cycles, definitely, May to October is the busiest time of year for us. And that's just in a lot of service and repair situations. And, there's times when we've got calls the day before Christmas. It's 80 degrees outside. AC will turn on.
Yeah.
And we have family coming over, and we have to be ready and stock for that. And we're ready to at any time, any day of the year. Obviously, there's busy times in the winter as well. We've had some pretty
We've had
pretty
some
intense
harsh.
winters.
Yeah, we've had some harsh winters here the last couple of years.
Recently, we've had situations that never come up in North Texas. Very thick layers of ice on the ground, extreme low temperatures that kind of render heat pumps
Useless.
Yeah, so
I found out.
it happens. Yeah, it happens. But we stay relatively busy throughout the year with peaks,
Except
the extreme weather.
the nice spring days when people can open their windows and you probably don't get a lot of calls. And that's all of 4 or 5 days a year. Not all in a row. Not all together.
Four.
But, one here, maybe 2 together at another month.
And we love the days where you have to use air conditioning a little bit.
Air conditioning, the heater at the night.
Well, this has been Northcutt with All Care Comfort Solutions. Roger Williamson, Williamson Foundation Repair.
Yep.
Signing off. Everyone have a good day and be kind.